Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to SlopeClub. It's time for another album review and discussion. We are one MC and three DJs. I'm Boy with Tron, Josh, and RJ. How y'all doing?
What up?
What's good?
What's up?
Yo.
What are we talking about in this episode? Well, we're talking about some rap, some hip hop. Y'all ready for this? It's the chillest idol group ever, man. Lyrical School. We're gonna talk about their latest full-length album, Be Kind Rewind. So, Lyrical School, they're a 5-member hip-hop idol group, but they've been around almost 10 years now. They started back in 2010 as Tangle 6. There's a weird kind of reason for that name, but we won't get into that in this video. They renamed to Lyrical School in 2012, and so now they are the 5-member lineup that's been pretty consistent since early 2017.
Yeah.
This is the second album, Be Kind Rewind, that has been released under these 5 members, and so we get a lot of pop, hip hop, obviously, but there's a little bit of trap in there too, some funk and disco, which is pretty cool. To clarify, we listened to and are reviewing the extended version, which has 3 extra tracks.
Yes, sir.
And so it's pretty cool. It's kind of broken up into sections. Because, it's a hip hop album, right? So there's like skits and stuff, right? And so it's kind of structured like a TV show or music TV show type thing. There's like an intro to the show and then a couple songs and then like a commercial in the middle and so on like that. So that's pretty cool. It made it pretty easy to listen to.
Yeah, it's easily digestible.
Have you guys heard of Lyrical School before? Obviously, RJ and I were wearing Lyricals represent.
I mean, they're my favorite idol group, so
This is, I don't know about you, Josh. So I obviously, Boy and RJ have listened to this album multiple times, I'd imagine. Was this your first time listening to the album?
to the album in its entirety, yes, it's the first time.
This is my first album ever.
I have listened to Lyrical School before, and I am a fan of Lyrical School, so that might weigh in a little bit.
No, I like Lyrical School. I've never actually listened to an album before. I've listened to a couple songs in the past, but this is my first time sitting down, listening to a whole album A to Z. So, yeah. It was actually.
How did you enjoy it?
The other group that I've listened to in the past that's similar would be Rhymeberry, right?
They actually have an ex. Right?
Yeah, so one of the girls used to be in Rhymeberry, yeah.
So I actually listened to Rhymeberry back in the day as well. So I liked them a lot. So it's interesting. There's a lot of just like for instance, the first song was like after the skit because they have the skit thing.
Right. Overdubbing.
First overdubbing kind of had like these 90s like vibes, like Beastie Boys feeling,
Yeah.
80s and 90s
Yeah.
Beastie Boy vibes, which I really liked.
Hip hop beats.
Yeah, so I actually was very pleasantly surprised to start off the album off of that. So I actually liked that a lot.
Yeah, I think overdubbing is like one of my favorites in here. Like it's top 3 for sure.
Interesting.
And it's just like such a classic sound. And Yeah, plus yeah. it has like little jazzy sounds in it too. It just all together you just like really enjoy. You really bob your head to it.
I have a question for Josh too, because do you listen to hip hop outside of Lyrical School, quote unquote? Or, like, does it, outside of idol music, how much hip hop do you listen to?
I actually don't listen to much
Okay.
hip hop outside of it.
'Cause I'm really
I do enjoy it, but I don't go out there and listen to it.
I know Boy
Like,
and
actively
RJ
seek it out.
and myself like dabble in the hip hop a little bit, right? So I was curious how your take on the whole album, it being like hip hop influence. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to hear it throughout the course of today's review. What's going to be like? So
Yeah.
it's cool. It's like a hip hop group, really heavy into hip hop. Love idols, merging it together. It was actually a really cool vibe.
They also take influences from different periods of
Yeah.
hip hop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do.
noticed that too.
Just like many other idol groups, I guess that take on a sound.
Yeah,
They try to pull inspiration from different kinds of styles within that genre. So
I do feel though like that the album overall as a whole just has a strong old school vibe to it.
I feel like that in the first section.
the first few songs, I definitely got that vibe.
I can see where both of you are coming from because I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 songs that maybe has a little bit more like a 90s vibe to it.
Like for me, like Love Together rap, that's has like a really strong disco style.
Yeah.
But it's like really chill, right? Like feels good. There's like that little flute that kind of reminds me of The Hustle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. No. Yeah, I was thinking this sounds so familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on it.
It might be a sample, but
Boy, just blew my mind. The instrumentals are so catchy in this song. That's like
Yeah.
probably more catchier instrumentals.
it's so like wholesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
RJ, what did you think of Love Together rap?
I like it a lot. It was one of my favorite songs last year. In general, I feel like it's really catchy. It has that cool, catchy vibe. The chorus obviously has that sing along vibe to it too. So, and I feel like it's just one of those songs that'll bring the crowd into the show more, right? So you get the Love Together, the chorus part, and there's kind of a call and response thing at the end too. So I think it all works really well together.
RJ, since this album's been released, have you seen them live before? After this album?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's interesting to hear some of your takes of seeing some of these songs performed live, right?
Yeah, and I mean, some of these songs were being performed live before they were released too.
It's actually really common in hip hop. Like you go to the concert and then like you see like Kendrick Lamar drop a single. I just been working. I was in the lab working this song out.
Yeah.
First time popping this for you guys. Let me know what you think. That's kind of cool.
They also take into the culture. Pretty
That's
well.
actually really cool.
But yeah, like the new recording, quote unquote, at the end of the album, they were actually been performing that for almost 2 years live. So
Oh wow.
Yeah, the song is called Now, right? Exclamation mark.
That was a good song.
Yeah, that's a good song.
I didn't put that many notes on it, but I remember it being a really good song.
It's the hip hop elements with like a little bit of the brightness.
I think the one song that was different for me was Tokyo Burning. I put like strong EDM vibes.
I was just about to ask what you guys felt about Tokyo Burning.
So it's the instrumentals and the arrangement. It's like I feel like I'm at like EDC. Just like if I just listen to the instrumentals and then like when you layer in like the lyrics and like the girls like rapping on top of it, it just makes it really slow paced for me. Like I think it's like really like slow paced and that wasn't really.
You weren't feeling it too much?
Yeah, probably not. I wasn't really like. It wasn't. Not saying it wasn't the positive way, but I was just like, oh, okay.
The way I feel about Tokyo Burning, I mean, I love the song, but
Okay.
it's the least rap song on this album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
It's so much more melodic.
It's more of like an R&B track, right? It's produced by Pes of Rip Slime fame.
Oh,
So
did not know that. Nice.
yeah,
I actually really like this song.
yeah,
Sounds
I
like
like it a
the
lot
way-
too.
But
Interesting.
but man, it's a jam, dude. The melody's so
Yeah.
good. It's like really stripped down. Up to this point in the album, if you're listening it from the beginning, they've been like rapping / singing, but like,
Yeah,
almost all of the song they're kind of just singing it, right?
Right.
And so
yeah,
it
exactly.
has that feeling of just like chill, slow jam style.
And I actually really dig the instrumentation on it.
No, so do I.
The slight EDM vibes that you were talking about.
Yeah.
I think it's really well done because it's a stark contrast to like if you were listening to it on shuffle, right, and you went from overdubbing to Tokyo Burning, it's like a huge contrast.
That's true.
Yeah.
But being the same group and everything, so it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, this is actually one of like it might be my favorite song from this
Tokyo
album.
Burning,
Oh,
I actually really enjoy the song. Like I think it's so simple,
yeah,
but yet it says a lot in the song that I think for me it's like that's what does it for me. It's like the simplicity of it makes it so good. And like even the mixing of it, like the little snaps in the song,
yeah, and
like
the
you hear like above your head and everything.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it all mixes together really well for me.
everything that you guys say, I get it, but I think it's a little bit too slow paced. Like for instance, like the song that like I like that like when I hear it, I'm like, oh, that's Lyrical School. I like that a lot. It's like the vibe of what I used to do. It's like Last Dance. Like that's like this is what I look for when it comes to like Lyrical School. Like that sound is like what I think of. Like, oh, this is what I'm looking for. And it's just my preference, you know.
Okay. No, I totally get you because I think Last Dance is like one of their best songs they've ever made.
yeah. It's probably my favorite song of theirs, actually.
It's actually it's number 2, number 1, depending on how I feel off this album. Like that's probably like top 2 for me.
Right, they put that out last year, right? And that was like
Yeah.
one of my favorite, just like songs that were released last year. It's so good.
Yeah,
It's,
no,
yeah,
I-
it's
I
so
really-
well done.
I really like the structure
yeah.
of the song. Like it builds up and then like that melodic chorus part, like the payoff is so good. You know, the Itsuka Owaru, like when they actually start singing, right? Because up to that point, it's just like, you know, they just rap and then Last Dance in the Moonlight, right? And it's just like, yeah, that's cool. But then when they start singing, it's like, damn, so good. And then it follows up by that call and response part.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was like perfect. It's like, so good.
For me, I like it like even a little bit before that. Like when they mentioned the "Let's Dance in the Moonlight," like that's when I start like, really getting into it. And that really transitions over to the chorus.
They bring it back to another verse though after that part. That's why the after the second part when they start singing, it's so good.
The little part like right after that line, the dee, 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 like I always like no matter where, like if I'm driving or whatever, I'm always like, yeah, dude, it's so good. Like it's a feel good song, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, to me it just sounds like the perfect like summer night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just here.
It's
like,
perfect
you know.
for this time of the year.
You know, it's nice that they reach out and do different styles, especially in that second section after the CM skit, where it's to me it sounds a little bit more like contemporary hip hop.
Yeah. So for me, the part between CM and Ending Talk, like that chunk of songs to me is like, you know, that down tempo kind of more of a chill, like you're saying, contemporary hip hop kind of vibe to it, as opposed to the first one, which is like a lot of upbeat and the old school kind of in your face production,
just
right?
really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like the first part it reminds me a lot of very early lyrical school, where it leaned a little bit more on the idol side. But that part after the CM skit,
You're talking about Otana ni Natemo, right?
yeah, like those
Like those
tracks,
four songs,
Otana
like
ni
those-
Natemo, Enough is Cool, Tokyo Burning, Young Love.
Yeah.
They're all pretty. To me, they sound pretty like contemporary hip hop.
And then for me, from Last Dance to the end of it is almost like where lyrical school is currently. You know what I mean? It's like this is lyrical school now. This is like what they're doing now. These kind of sounds, even though they're all kind of different. Like those are the sounds that they're doing.
It reminds me a lot of like the younger kind of up and coming alternative R&B hip hop guys. Coming like the guys like Syrup and like Taichi.
Exactly,
I enjoy those guys. Right, so it's like very R&B hip hop slow jam type thing. And that track in particular, I like the piano. It just sounds like it kind of like stumbles along the song.
Yeah, like it's not perfect, right? Like it sounds like he's just kind of messing around and
I don't know. It's like it sounds kind of drunk to me. I don't know.
exactly like he just stumbled up to the piano. It was like, oh, let me play this line I got.
And we might as well go through this section. We talked about Tokyo Burning, right? A lot of us liked it, except for Tron.
It's okay.
But
no, it's
Young
okay.
Love is one of my other favorites. It's very atmospheric.
I love the guitar. The guitar for me, like really keys it in. Like it just
Right, it gives that very cool like vibe. But I really like the hook, the Young Love.
oh
It's
it's-
like-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the
Right,
best
so
parts
like
of the song.
bossy and stuff.
yeah. It reminds me of like if we're going along with that whole kind of picture, like somebody like just picking up a guitar like around the campfire, right? And then they start posseing or whatever. And then the Young Love is like everybody together kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it just feels good.
Almost all the songs in this album, like the chorus, is very like that, where they try to get everyone together to
Yeah.
like just sing along. Is that how it is live?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
It's pretty much like I just get that feeling that
That's
when
cool.
you go see them live, everyone knows the chorus parts and just like sings along with
I like idol groups that do that kind of interaction. You know,
Especially for these later releases of theirs too. Like it just has that feel to it. And you'll know as, you know, a long time listener or whatever, that they've kind of had this evolution too.
Yeah.
So a lot of their more, you know, within the last year or two releases kind of have that feel to it too.
Especially now that they're like 5 members now. They
Yeah.
kind of have these more distinct like rap verses
Yeah.
compared to younger lyrical school where there were more members back then, and so they used to
A
like
lot of posseing and yeah.
they would like hot potato the lyrics, right? Like one girl would say like 2 lines and switch off to another girl.
Which I still enjoy. And I think they do it really well, even with just the 5 of them. I think they do it really well, which takes a lot of rehearsal on their part. But yeah, and it's something I was mentioning to Greg, because he saw them with me when we went to the show. kind of how each girl kind of has their own distinct style, obviously. And if you get to know them better, you'll be able to pick them out, and you can kind of pick, like point it out.
I feel like you can hear that a lot in Enough is School.
Yes.
It's in that section of like the slower tracks, right?
Yeah.
It sounds more like a serious hip hop track from them.
Yeah. It's like, we do know how to be rappers as opposed to being idols kind of thing, right?
Let's talk about the first section then, just to get through it. We already talked about overdubbing and Love Together rap, but Byode Owaru Natsu. Ooh ah, ooh ooh ah.
Vacation.
It's so catchy, dude.
This is like if you're going to the beach, this song has to be on.
It's the daytime summer song, whereas Last Dance is the nighttime summer song. This is
tropical like bossa nova vibes. It was like when I was listening a little bit too, like Brazilian tropical.
You got the horns going, right?
The trumpets, the horns are like really love that.
I loved Hime's hold on Fresh.
Yeah, and it does really feel like a fresh with summer vibes together.
Reminds me of their older stuff, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It reminds me of the album before this.
And then there's Do What You Like. Pretty strong dance grooves. I think it has great energy. Is that cool like delivery, like really quick rapping right before the chorus parts, right?
Showing their chops.
Wasn't too memorable for me. I think no, I have to listen to it again. But I remember like being too memorable. But I remember the energy being pretty good.
Yeah, this style of song, I feel like I really like. Like it reminds me of some other groups, like this style, like some other Japanese groups. But I enjoyed what they did in their own interpretation of it.
So let's take it to the bottom half here. Pajama Party is super fun.
That's a banger.
Right, so you have Enough is School, which is take us seriously, we can be real rappers. And then you have a song about having a sleepover.
Mm-hmm. You never thought
great.
A song about pajama parties could go so hard.
Dude, it's so catchy, man.
Yeah.
It's just a really good song. I really like this one a lot.
Got that strong trap beat in there, but like very playful piano, like that takes the lead, right?
Yeah,
just kind of bounces over the song. But I think it's fun to like sing along to.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's be really cool to see live. This is probably the song I want to see live the most.
I mean, like speaking of like silly songs, right? The two of the three tracks they added in this extended edition are pretty silly too. Cooking and Sharp Pencil. These both feature actual rappers, like rap artists. Right?
Yeah.
Sharp Pencil features a unit called Sushi Boys.
Sharp Pencil is actually one of my favorite tracks.
Does Lyrical do a lot of debut collabs in their albums?
Not really. This is actually the first album that's had.
They've had people produce for them before.
Right.
Yeah.
Their very first album was mostly produced by Tofu Beats.
Yes.
Like one of my favorite producers.
Did not know that.
That's how I found out about Tofu Beats is from Lyrical songs.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tofu Beats is the man, dude.
But yeah, this Sharp Pencil is it's pretty chill too, but it's kind of silly, right? Because Sharp Pencil.
No, I like this. Yeah, I mean, like this and then like Cooking. Out of the two collabs, Cooking's probably my favorite.
Oh really? I think I like Sharp Pencil more. I think
Cooking is so good.
Cooking's great. Dude. It's all dark, but they're talking about cooking.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a great track.
Triplet vibes from Migos. I mean, it's like,
yeah.
Oh my
you
God.
got the triplet flow.
Yeah, dude, that's so good. Like this, I mean, my favorite two songs are Last Dance and Cooking. I think, depending on how I feel, one would go over the other. But those are my top two favorite songs.
I just love Young Hustle's like intro because it's all thugged and shit.
Cooking in the kitchen.
I know. I mean, it's just the theme and the concept of like the song itself is just funny. But like, I mean, it reminds me of just like Atlanta style Migos triplets. I mean, I would love to see like a reaction video of like Migos watching this music video or just listening to the song and see what their thoughts are. Like, oh, this sounds familiar.
No, so for me, Cooking, I like it, but then I feel like it gets like a little bit too much for me. Like all the sounds together and everything.
It's never enough.
Like that's the thing I've talked about in the past, where like if it's too much background sounds messing with the vocals, for me it's a little bit too much.
I get what you mean.
This is a very like distinct style of hip hop.
Yeah.
If you give someone this album, like Western fan, whatever, never heard of Lyrical School, they probably would say Cooking's their favorite song. I feel.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
really?
could see, because it's closer to a Western hip hop sound. So
Looks like we need to make a video on it.
for me, I like a Sharp Pencil because it's got that groove, that dun,
Yeah,
dun,
yeah.
dun, dun,
Uh-huh.
dun, dun, and it's just fun. I mean, they're both fun. Like they're both fun and silly, like we were saying, right? I mean, it's about a pencil, but it's just so
About
good because they
pencils,
go
about
so
cooking.
hard. They go so hard for 5 minutes about writing utensils, bro. And it's like,
I like these like ironic, like contrasty type tracks, and they've done these kind of things before in the
and
past.
like, two of the silliest tracks are the ones where they got legit rappers to come on and produce and write with them and stuff, and just have fun with them. So it's like,
Yeah.
I think it also lends an air of legitimacy to them too. Like, we'll do some tracks with you. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like Young Hustle's actually, gone out and done lives with them too, like to perform
Oh.
the song and stuff. So he's like all in on it, dude.
And one of them speaks English, right? Pretty well.
Risano does, yeah.
Yeah.
And can she rap in English as good as she raps in Japanese?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
That's a challenge for Risa.
Yeah, I was like,
We'll see.
let me hear you spit something, but in English.
So let's talk about the last song we didn't really cover. Rewind, play, fast forward. This was the ending or the closer to
The
the
original
regular version, which I thought was like a perfect ending.
Yeah.
Yes.
It feels
yeah.
like it feels like a close. Like it has closure to it. Like,
Right? Like especially the chorus part where everyone's just kind of singing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're not. It didn't sound like they were, trying to be like technically sounding really good. But it was more of just singing because it's
Emotion.
like a heartfelt, like
Yeah, yeah.
everybody kind of together,
I got the same vibes. Have you ever heard this song live? Like, have they ever closed out a concert or a
no,
live?
I
with
haven't
this?
heard this one live. So.
Okay, I can only imagine the feels of the crowd.
Oh,
if they-
yeah.
Right? There's a lot of feels, even though it's not like a very
Like sad song or anything.
emotional song.
yeah, it's just feels for sure.
It's just when it gets to that chorus and everyone's just like singing along.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I really like the song. Like, I think like the vocals are so good in it that I think I like that more than the instrumental.
Mm.
The instrumentals remind me of like a 90s R&B song, but
Yeah.
it's great. It felt like it was a really good closer.
Right. I agree.
Not that it is for the extended version, but
Do you think they should have moved this to the final spot then?
It makes sense. I mean, I think it makes sense to have the extended and have those 3 extended songs. Like, it's a closer, right? In the regular version. So I mean, like, it makes sense where it is. I don't think you rearrange it just because you added extended. I think it served its purpose in the original version. Then the extended version, you get those 3 songs.
All right. And that's the last song that we discussed. So let's move on to what everyone's thoughts are. Again, it's a scale of 1 to 10, 5 being an average album, 1 being the worst album ever, and 10 being a real bop, best song, best album.
who wants to go first?
It's a 10 from me, guys.
Whoa!
Ooh.
Let's go.
Yeah,
The
explain
first
yourself.
10.
There you go. I think it's the first 10 ever.
I mean, it's, Oshi goggles or whatever, but I mean, even if they put out a shit song, I'd be like, I'm not feeling it. So, I mean, I really enjoy every song on here. Even this, like, my least favorite song on here is still really fucking good, and I still enjoy it a lot. So, and yeah, I mean, I play this, like, I obviously, this past couple weeks, because we were supposed to be filming this, I listened to it a little more, but I probably listen to this at least once a week anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, easily. So
There we go.
10 guys.
First 10 out of 10. Setting the curve high.
Mhm.
All right. So I'm going to give this album an 8 out of 10. Really enjoyed it. Exactly what I would have imagined when you mix hip hop and idols and put it together. There's some really good songs in this album. The middle section of the album tend to be a little bit slow for me. Everyone really likes Tokyo Burning. I like it, but not as much as you guys. But that little section right there between like 8 to 11, 12. Oh, between 8 to 11, 10. Just really was a little bit slow for my pace. But you have like songs like Last Dance, you have Cookin', which are just absolute bangers. So yeah, I think 8 out of 10 is a good score for it. And I'm really excited to maybe listen to their previous discography and listen to some of their old school stuff. I definitely will peruse through that. But yeah, 8 out of 10.
I don't know, man. Since we listened to the extended version, I really want to give it a high score. So I'll give it a 9. Such good chill vibe throughout the whole album. I mean, it's broken up into sections, but each section is something different to look forward to. You know, first section is really fun and energetic. Second session, a little bit more serious and, you know, down tempo, but I feel like the strong melodies and flows really kept it interesting. Third section really tops it off with, you know, one of my favorite lyrical school songs ever, Last Dance. And then we got the extended stuff like Cookin'. It's just so good. This whole like album, the vibe is really, really cool. Like I really like all the chorus parts where they like, it really makes you want to sing along to the sections and stuff, like the chorus parts. And so I can't wait to see them live whenever that will be. But yeah, 9 out of 10.
All right, now I had a tough time deciding for this one. For me, I think I have to give this, I'm going to go 8 out of 10, but it's really close to a 9.
Oh.
So, but for now, I'll say 8. I'll say 8. I think maybe, yeah. I'll stick with 8. I'll stick with 8. I'll be fair. Okay, so I really enjoyed this album. The extended version gave us a lot more songs. 2 of them I really like. And this album, just in general, Overdubbing, Last Dance, Pajama Party. You know, so many good songs. Tokyo Burning, one of my favorites on here. Just really good vibes from this album overall, and filled with so many bangers that I think everyone out there should give it a try. And even if like hip hop maybe isn't your thing, like I know it's not like my top priority, but I still think this is something that you should still give a chance.
Nice.
That's a 35 out of 40.
This is going to be the highest scored.
Adding up all those together, the score is a 8.7, and rounding up, it is a 9. So, Lyrical School Be Kind Rewind extended version gets a 9 from us.
Very well deserved.
Hey. That's a strong.
Congratulations, Arjun.
Really good album.
Thank you for your 10. That definitely helped.
I think it's one of the highest. Like, definitely up there with the highest.
I think have we given out 9s? I don't think we give it. I can't remember.
We've given out 9s.
I gave a 9 to fourth Ikumashoy.
No, but like overall, like an average
Oh,
of
like
9.
the overall score?
Baby Metal.
Baby Metal.
Baby Metal got a 9.
Okay, well, there we go.
So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like. If you want to hear more from us and hear us talk about more albums, go ahead and check out the rest of our videos down below. But if you want to catch future videos, you can go ahead and subscribe to us. That does it all for this time. Catch us on the next video.